5 seconds. You resemble at a time of difficulty and trial. The people face many hardships as a result of high prices, scarcity of essential commodities, and interruptions in production and supply caused by strikes, burns, and unrest, which in some parts of the country have taken a violent turn. The international oil crisis has cast an uneasy shadow on the economy. These unforeseen events have undoubtedly slowed down the pace of our social and economic development. In this situation, the people's mood is one of understandable anxiety. I have deep sympathy with the people, particularly the poor sections who have had to suffer. Seldom has a country faced such gigantic problems in quick succession year after year as we have them in the 3 years. It has been a continuous testing of the nation's mettle. The nation has survived these difficulties and has not allowed them to come in the way of its basic endeavors towards development. This is no mean achievement and should not be ignored, even through positive aspects are apt to be overlooked in difficult times. There have been a number of welcome developments. One of these is the manner in which the people of Andhra Pradesh have solved the problem of intra-regional tensions which only a years ago appeared insolvable. I congratulate all sections of the people of that state on the wisdom spirit of accommodation which they displayed. The 6 point formula which has been evolved should lead to fuller integration and to the accelerated development of the backward areas of the state. Two other hopeful trends are in the economic sphere: the rise in export earnings and the improvement in the performance of public undertakings. Until about 2 years ago, the low rate of growth of our exports was a cause for considerable anxiety. However, since 2006-07, there has been a marked improvement. In that year, our exports increased by 22% in the first 8 months of 2008-09. Despite a variety of constraints, exports have increased by 20%. We are confident that with a greater national effort, exports can be pushed up substantially. Only about 2 years ago, the continuing losses of our public enterprises were a cause for concern. It is therefore a matter of satisfaction that constant to a number of measures taken by government public undertakings have increased their production. The key to the success of our efforts in insulting our projected target of economic growth from the rise in prices of oil lies in larger production and transport of coal. Department of Mines and the railways have to gear themselves to the task of raising and move the coal to various centers of consumption. The state government on their part should ensure the necessary basic facilities like power and feeder roads are made available. A great responsibility rests on the management and the 1.5 million workers of the mines, the railways. With their cooperation, the production of coal will be increased in 2007-8 to 290 million tons, if not more, and a steady flow will be maintained to keep wheels of industry running smoothly. In the present situation, the maintenance of production, particularly in essential sectors, is an obligation we owe to our people. In recent months, the workers have been experiencing considerable economic difficulties. In spite of these, our workers, who have a proud heritage of patriotism, know very well that the situation can be improved only if the social tasks of production are viewed in the larger national perspective. Therefore, workers have to make a supreme effort to increase production and to ensure quick and uninterrupted movement. The is the this only way in which they can contribute to relieve the shortages faced by the common people. The draft 11th 5-year plan provides the framework and the program to tackle the twin problems of food and fuel. The strategy for agriculture is based on a combination of the application of new technology and widening the base of production. The emphasis is on the one hand and for the small farmers of the other, so that the very process of increased production ensures wider distribution region wise as well as between different sections of the people. The plan gives special importance to the development of power, coal, oil and transport, and of industries like fertilizers, which are vital for agriculture. In a number of sectors, a large part of the output levels envisaged in the plan is based on the assumption of full and more efficient utilization of existing capacities. This is as much a part of the plan as new investment. For the first time, integrated sub-plans are being prepared within the overall framework of state plans for the development of backward areas, including hill and tribal areas, so that all sections of the people achieve certain minimum levels of social consumption in elementary education, rural health, and rural clarification.